Good morning, traders. Welcome to today's market review. This is Fred Razak at CMTrading. Today is March 31st, 2022. And today is Thursday morning and the last day of the month of March. So looking at the highlights today, South African rand continues to strengthen versus the US dollar. Now looking at the major economic events of the day coming out at 2:30 South African time. Out of the United States, we have core price index number coming out. That has been the most important number of the month. And then tomorrow we do have NFP. Just be aware of it. Now looking at the various markets, starting out with the Forex symbols, the euro continues to gain, while the Australian dollar continues to weaken versus the USD. Now looking at the indices, the Dow Jones and the NASDAQ take a breather. Looking at commodities, gold and oil steady and really unchanged. All the stocks are just awaiting this number later today and tomorrow's NFP. And lastly, Bitcoin slightly lower, but still relatively strong. We're going to take a look at the markets and see what we can expect from today's trading. So here we go. We're looking at a 4-hour chart of the Euro USD. We're at the top of the range here and breaking a little bit higher yesterday. This has got a little bit stronger as it's having some resistance breaking even higher. Okay, 112 would be a very significant level for it to bounce back to, because it was at 106 at one point. Okay, we got to hit that almost low. So just be aware that as we look here at the Euro USD, jumping to the Australian dollar, this was the point where we had some significant resistance, okay, 75.36 on a multi-time frame. We're only looking at a 4-hour chart, but if you look at a daily and a weekly, you'll see, boom, that's what I'm talking about. That's your resistance, and we couldn't break above it, all right? We tried it several times. 75.35 is where we hit, but couldn't go even higher. So we retraced to 74.73, a good 60 to 70 pips retracement. Okay, so that's pretty decent. Now, how much further could it retrace? Well, my retracement level should be somewhere around this 74-ish level, somewhere around there. I would wait for it to come back to, and also it'd be a good level for it to be closer to that 30-day moving average in between. Okay, that would be my estimation where it would come back to. Okay, but it did breach that 8-day moving average right there, so that's really very important to note. Now, jumping in commodities, looking at oil, trading at 102.49, just leveling off really. Okay, hasn't sold off below 100, but hasn't really, done anything extreme on the upside. Just finding footing after hitting 130 last 2 weeks ago. This has just been a roller coaster of a ride. So, looking at gold also, we're trading at 1929. We're off of our all-time highs, but about 100 and something points, but still relatively strong. Okay, still very relatively strong for where it's been. 1929 from 2006. Okay, relative to where we were in the 1800s level, that's still significantly higher. Okay, we're about mid-range from that, which would place us at a decent level. Now, looking at the U.S. markets first, starting out with the Dow Jones trading at 35,178. Look at a daily. We made ourselves back. Okay, I mean, this is pretty much just range-bound trading over the last, I would say, 6 to 7 months. Since May, we only have to look at a weekly chart to give us perspective here. Okay, so we're at, I would say, the top of range. Okay, looking at a weekly. Okay, but still, we're not necessarily going higher. Okay, this is really important. Although that we're breaking above this moving average right here, all right, I do see that it's going to have some resistance around these areas, okay, pushing higher or pushing lower. So keep that in mind, as this is still yet to show itself. Okay, I mean, we're much higher than where we were in 2020, but still, okay, it's going sideways as opposed to moving in a trend kind of location. Okay, so that's something to take note of, as this is kind of finding its footing in the next couple of months. Now, looking at the NASDAQ also, we did get that bounce. Again, looking at a daily, let's look at a weekly. It's natural for it to retrace 50%. I would have thought it would have gone down to the 12,000. It didn't hit that. It is on that moving average right now. So not breaking above that moving average, which is really very significant. Okay, now looking at the individual stocks, they're trading with the market. Apple retraced a little bit yesterday, but still on its all-time highs or close to it, and just $3 away from it. Facebook did get that boost up to 227. Microsoft on that top range, okay, at 315. Amazon also above the 3,300-ish level, which is an important level. Also, you could see it's trading sideways for all intents and purposes. Now, looking at Tesla, it's sustaining itself. It's above that $1,000 mark and still relatively strong. Now, looking at Bitcoin, okay, which is the last one, also trading in a range, but we're at that top of the range. And it's natural for it to want to retrace here, okay? Question is how much further it's going to retrace. It's still holding itself up, so potentially it could go even higher. So pay attention to these two numbers today. CPI number coming out today, and then tomorrow we do have NFP, so just be aware of it. This is Fred Razak. I want to wish you guys a great trading day. Thank you.